Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How's your day going?
Pretty good.
Okay. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking?
Randy.
Randy?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you, Randy?
37.
Okay. Where you from?
I was born in Italy.
Wow.
And then we moved to California, back to Italy, Idaho, and ended up in Philly.
I'm assuming you're Italian.
Yes.
Okay. How long did you live out there?
About 9 months.
Oh, all right. You've been all around the world, haven't you?
Wouldn't go that far, but yeah, travel.
Okay. How was your upbringing? What was your childhood like?
Pretty good. I mean, my parents got divorced when I was probably about 4, but for me, it was just like having an extra family, like an extra mom and an extra dad, you know? And I was an only child, so...
Yeah, you had stepfathers and stepmothers?
I had a stepdad and I had a stepmom.
You bounced back around, both families and everything, right?
Yeah, my mom was an addict, my dad also an addict. My step-parents, not as much. So, in some ways, they were actually more my parents.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, at least I had them. I'm grateful for it.
Okay. And what type of drug are you on?
Fentanyl?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's your drug of choice?
That's my drug of choice. I figure one's enough. I've done crack, meth, dippers or wet, whatever you want to call it. And right now I'm working on getting off fentanyl. So, trying to keep it just to that,
At what age did you start using?
I started using oxys and opiates when I was 14. I started using pot when I was 12. And the first time I had a drink, I must have been like 7.
So you've been using drugs for a long time.
Yeah. It just became like a normal way of life in my family. Like, we had problems. People picked up, if we celebrated, they picked up drugs or alcohol, pretty much everything.
It's a family tradition?
Yeah, unfortunately. More so on my mom's side than my dad's side.
With you bouncing around and being at all these different places, how did you end up here in Kensington, Philadelphia?
Well, I moved out of my parents when I was 16. I stayed in school. I still had like 3.9 GPA.
Oh, okay.
But
smart.
Yeah, I was bored. So, all I was doing was working and going to school.
Okay.
And my friends partying, they party really hard. They came from families with a lot of money, and
rich kids you hung with?
Yeah, pretty much.
You still have any of those friends?
Actually, I see some of them around here, and it's sad because they'll be they play off their parents' emotions to get money out of them, to get high. And every time it's
They still manage to get money from their parents?
Yeah, in their 30s. They live with their parents, and they manage to get hundreds of dollars, credit cards.
And you see them out here?
Yeah. And they end up selling a lot of their stuff, to get their next high, which is a shame. It's
how do you get to your next high?
I'm a sex worker, so I do online videos, custom videos, chats,
like OnlyFans.
Stuff like that, yeah. I used to be pretty big on Backpage and Mega Personals. fact that it hasn't been around for a while, that is really good money.
Right. So that's how you make your money to provide for your addiction.
My addiction, and I also have a kid. So, you know.
Do you work the Ave?
When I'm desperate, yes. And
do you run with anybody out here, or you by yourself?
I used to run with my kid's dad for about 13 years. We were out here together, on and off. I had 2 stints of sobriety that were a little bit over 3 years.
You were clean at one point.
Yeah, and I did really well then. It's crazy. Like, this addiction will tell you that it's making you feel better, but when you get clean, like, you realize it really makes you feel worse.
So how old are your kiddos?
I have one. He's gonna be 8 next month.
It's gonna be 8. Wow. Okay, that's precious. I know you miss him.
Yeah, I still see him. Not as much as I want to, but you know, I feel like at least I get to be there a little bit, and I just want to help him not have the childhood I had. So like, I don't want to expose him too much to my life or too little, you know.
During your time of sobriety, you had him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen him?
It's been about 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, hoping you get sobriety and you get back in his life soon.
That's,
When's the last time you used?
It was late last night.
Late last night?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever thought about putting down and stop using some
Yeah.
at all?
Actually.
Any ideas?
I used to live about 5 minutes.
Do you ever wake up and want to quit? Want to stop?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, they have a phrase about using against your own will. And that's what it comes down to, because it's physically addictive. It's not that I want to use, it's just that I don't want to feel the way that I'm feeling, because it's like mentally, emotionally, and spiritually draining. Like, you lose that emotional connection with yourself and the people you love, the connection that you have with your higher power. All of that goes down the drain, and it leaves you feeling alone. And then you have the physical reality of withdrawal, you know?
You can fight it and get clean again. You did it before.
Yeah.
You did it before.
And I mean, there's a lot more like ways to fight it now. Like, science has come a long way in a short time with fighting addiction.
Now, what's your relationship out here with the cops? Do they look over you and protect you like they should?
I mean, honestly, like,
How do they treat you? Sure.
it's a lot different than it used to be. Like, I'm not homeless out here now, but I end up spending a lot of my time out here. And they've done addiction sensitivity training and stuff. You'll see them helping people clean out their tents.
Sorry, all-time media, the helicopter is messing up the interview.
Yeah.
But so what's the relationship with the law?
It's changed over the years. Like, before, it used to feel like they were fighting against, like, the drug dealers and addiction. Now I feel like they're just a hair away from being us, because they're amongst it every day. They watch it. They help people clean their tents out. You know, like, I've seen them give cigarettes to people, you know, if they're having a bad day, or like a couple dollars. And I mean, it's one thing to provide food and stuff, but down here, if you give somebody cash, you kind of know what it's going for. And
so the police officers are helpful, but they do not fight crime at all.
it really, no.
They don't stop crime.
Like, and the commercials they used to have about defunding the police, like, I feel like that wasn't a commercial, that became reality. Like, and everybody knows it. Like, you see shootings, you see all sorts of violent behaviors, hostile behaviors, and they're preventable, is the saddest part. And the cops, like, they don't do anything about it.
How do you survive?
And luckily, like, I've been out here on and off for 17 years, so I know a lot of people, and like, I like to think I've done a lot of good deeds for people, and a lot of them remember them. So if they see, like, I might be in trouble, like, or see something that might happen, like, they help me out.
There's people out here that watch your back, huh?
Yeah, the cops definitely don't. You know, they'll be the first to throw you under the bridge and then sit there like it's entertainment, or under the bus, and then they treat it like it's entertainment. And it's not. Like, this is people's lives. Like, if someone thinks you're a snitch, like, you could end up dead easily. And they don't mind, like, if there's a raid or something, they'll pick you up first, knowing they're not going to lock you up, and then go let you loose on the block. So it looks like you told on them.
Snitch, huh?
Yeah, and a lot of them don't, because, I mean, as customers, we don't really know all the details and how their inner workings are.
Right.
But, like, I've seen people get beat up pretty bad for that. You know, and the cops just think it's funny. Like, they don't care.
They're dirty out here.
Yeah, they really are. Like,
where do you sleep?
Well, I actually just moved from Frankfurt all the way out to Somerton. So I did that to be closer to my kids.
You got a place to sleep, though. You're not out here in the streets.
Right.
Okay.
I used to be on the streets out here for about 3 years.
How often do you use?
Unfortunately, it's still about daily, but it's not as bad as it was. I had, like, medicated assisted treatment program that I used to, and that helps.
What are you on?
It's called Sublocade. It's like a Suboxone injection.
Okay, I'm proud of you.
It's like,
Go ahead.
well, part of taking the Sublocade is also part of the housing program that I'm in. So you have to be an addict to be in it, and you have to be actively addicted.
Right.
And they'll pay your rent, like the city does, welfare insurance. Pays for it. And it can be Suboxone, it could be heroin, fentanyl, methadone, but as long as you rely on some sort of opiate every day.
Excuse me, how did you get on this program?
It was a trial run through Prevention Point.
Prevention Point? Okay.
When I had gotten clean, one of my 3 years of clean time started with Prevention Point. When I found out I was pregnant, I was out here, and they helped me get clean. And then they helped me get housing after I had my son.
Right. I asked so I can point other addicts in the right direction, you know? Yeah. I'm glad you're going in the right direction, though, and making change, you know.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to transfer to a program where it's not required to use, but maybe required to be clean. So I'm one of those people that needs that pressure.
Did you use today?
No, I'm still waiting to use.
Still waiting to use?
Yeah.
Do you chase samples at all?
Sometimes. I'm
Sometimes.
not gonna lie. Like,
you know, it could be anything in them. Why do you chase those?
that's true. It's the desperation of wanting to feel better.
Okay.
You know?
I understand.
A lot of times, like, man, they fist fight over those things.
What?
And you'll see the dealers just like, they'll throw them up in the air and just step back.
What's the craziest thing you've done for drugs?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, I've participated in some S&M stuff.
What's that?
Like, I've dressed some guys up as women.
Dressing guys up as women. Oh.
Right? That's not my twist, it's theirs.
Oh, okay. Oh, your Johns or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand. They're into that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a fetish for everyone. And just when you think you heard all of them, someone will pop up with something new.
And people ask you for that on your page.
Yeah.
Wow. You get paid for anything nowadays, folks.
Yeah. There's people that want to be peed on. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Repeat that? Can you repeat that?
There's people that want to be peed on.
R. Kelly, man.
Exactly.
Have you done that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't let it go the other way. They're not going to pee on me. I don't know if that makes it better, but...
What type of men are your Johns? You don't mind me asking, like, are they, like, working men or do they have wives?
Yeah, a lot of them do. And a lot of them, it seems like it's like a therapy for them because they can talk to me about things that they think maybe their therapist will judge them. Because, I mean, when you go into therapy, they're like taking notes. I'm not sitting there taking notes. And they know I've probably seen crazier than them.
Right.
You know?
I understand you don't judge them.
Right.
But would you consider them perverted or sick?
There's some, yeah. Like, there's people that want to role play and they'll be like, pretend to be my daughter or my stepdaughter. And that's disturbing for me.
Hey, listen, I don't know none of these guys from a can of paint, but would you speculate that that's kind of like predator-ish?
Absolutely. Like, I usually leave worried about, like, do they have a kid? You know, they always say they don't. They always say, you know, just for the record, you know, this is just something in their imagination. But my thing is, like, all action starts with a thought.
Right.
So it scares me.
It's difficult, you know, pleasing these men, you know, under these circumstances, but you have to do it to get your drugs, right?
Yeah, and at the same time, like, they really could, like, have never been married, have no kids.
They could be lying to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you need to stop doing dates like this, meeting up with strangers.
Yeah.
Go back to your old life. What type of jobs did you have before?
I was a production manager. I was also a foreman and did what they call petroleum conversion, which is changing like a Texaco into a Sunoco. So,
Smart.
Yeah.
It's very skillful. You know you can get back to them things. You can get clean. You can get off these streets. Stop coming out here to Kensington. You know, you can get back. You've been clean before. You know this already.
Yeah, that's part of why I moved as far away as my program would allow me. Because I'm like, you know, I'm going to wake up one day and just be like, I don't feel like making that trip. I don't want to do it. And that's going to be the day that things change.
Right. Okay, one last question. What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get off drugs?
And I just want to spend the day with my mom and my son.
I love that. I love that.
I
You can. You will.
give my mom her daughter back, and I want to give my son his mom back.
I believe in you. Or something, you're gonna pray for you, okay?
Thank you.